I got a lot to say. I got a lot to say about this. And I'm talking about the black race, the black culture, the black vibe. And I'm going to speak about it now, and I'm going to talk about the actions. And this is the simp of a black person. Black people, they are the worst, and they are the worst in this planet. They are the worst in God-given, living human creatures in this planet. I take that back. They are the God-given so-called human creatures in this planet because they don't act like humans. They are not human beings, and a lot of them are not human beings because plenty of them are demons, and many of them need to be destroyed. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why, and I explain why. The black population, black people, they bully people, they intimidate people, they harass people, they jump people, they incite violence. They rob people. They steal from people. They vandalize and loot and cause nothing but chaos. They murder people. They kill people. They rape people. They suffocate people. They suffer people. Because their whole entire life is nothing but a unappreciated, God-given, human being miserable life. So they got to make other people's life a miserable hell. What happened? What happened at that court? What they did was completely wrong. Because if I'm going to say this, I'm going to be very, very, very quick about this. Forgive me if I said Dr. Candace Owens. I met Dr. Candace Matthews. That's who I'm referring. I met Dr. Candace Matthews. What they did was totally off guard, and it was totally off guards, and it was totally off limits. For God's sakes, you are in the court. For God's sakes, you in court. You are in court. You're in court, and you're behaving this way. You're acting this way. This is how you people get either put in jail or gunned down by the police. And I want to say is this. If you defend the unrighteous, if you are defending the unconscious righteous, then that makes you unrighteous. That makes you unright. If you are defending the unconscious righteous, that makes you unrighteous. Because I can never ever take the so-called black population conscious community seriously like the Black Panthers, because they do not address all the big amount of shit that's going on in their race. Dr. Candace Owens walking around with that belt. Talking about she going to put the belt on who on this? Why don't she put the belt on these young simps? Why don't she put the belt on these criminal-minded, I don't know what to call these criminal-minded creatures? Why don't she put the belt on the people that's terrorizing the neighborhood, people that's terrorizing the city? Why don't she put the belt on these young black male bullies who are now murderers, who are killing people, who are shooting? Why don't she pull the belt? Why don't she get the belt on these trigger happy niggas? She won't do that. You know why? Because she fears. She fears the black community. She fears the black population. I mean, she fears that. Why don't she put the belt on Nino Nino, Ray Ray, Taquan, Alonzo, Birdie. Tyrone, put the belt on these people who are terrorizing the community, terrorizing the black community, who brings, who oppresses the hell out of your own community. At that court, I don't think that stuff was, it wasn't stupid. It was just foolish. It was just foolish. And instead of you guys, seeking and finding out what happened, you guys go and run your mouth to this man. You guys go run your mouth to this guy. Well, he might have not had no reason calling her the end, which no, he shouldn't have said it. He should have never said it. But that's how to get this shit. That's how to get some shit started. But instead of them looking into the details and looking into the situation, they go out and buffoon and do their crazy, stupid, foolish buffoonery. And what they did was foolish. It was foolish. It was foolish. It was it was not conscious at all. That's what I want to say. It was not conscious at all. So what they need to do, they need to address the problems, the real problems, what's going on in our community, instead of defending the unrighteous. If this black lady started some shit with this white guy, then goddamn it, he had every right. No, he didn't have every right to call the N-word. But if he couldn't think of anything else, fuck it, so be it. And another thing, don't defend someone that you don't know. Don't defend someone that you're not in a relationship with. And don't defend someone that is not even your daughter. If you're not the dad, if you're not the father, you're not the mother, you're not the auntie, you're not the uncles, don't defend anyone that you're not even related to. Let the woman defend her own damn self. It doesn't matter what color she is. Let her defend her own damn self. She don't need nobody coming to a defense. She don't need nobody standing up for her. Let her stand up for her own damn self. Now, if she was heckle or hassle, I would totally understand. I would totally understand. Yes, I will say something. I will address it. But yeah, but what they did was totally wrong. What they did was totally wrong, and I think that was a bit cowardness in my eyes. That was a bit cowardness. It was cowardness. I mean, she had no rights. I mean, she may or might not have no rights to talk about this man's hearing aids. So yeah, y'all. The conscious community, I don't take them seriously. And I really think and believe things need to be addressed. Because I will ask them, why don't you guys talk about the big problems that's going on? Look in Philadelphia. Somewhere in Philadelphia. These young-minded fools, young-minded unconscious fools, trigger blasting. They're shooting back and forth. Boom, 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 boom. While everybody is ducking. Somebody could have got hit. Somebody could have got a bullet. Somebody could have got hit. Somebody could have got it shot in the face or more in the head. Somebody could have got hit. An innocent person just walking past, minding their business. This is what goes on in the black neighborhoods. And that's something that we need to address. And talk about the drug dealers. Talk about those dealers. Talk about the ones who's terrorizing, who's terrifying the neighborhood, terrifying the city, terrifying the goddamn community. Talk about it, and address it. Still got more to say about this, but yeah, for everything they did at that court was wrong. And they should have been thrown out. They should have been thrown out. But if they were thrown out, then they would have talked about white supremacy. They would have talked about the courts is racist, the police is racist, the cops in the courthouse is racist. When they was out there behaving this way, that gets you thrown out. That gets you put out. That gets you kicked out. We can't blame the race. Can never blame the race or play the race cards. So yes, that's my take on this, and this what gets me so annoyed. This what gets me so annoyed, and that's my biggest problem with the conscious community. I can never take them serious because they don't address the problems and they don't address the bigger issues that's going on. And at that courthouse, they had no right to get up in that man's face like that. No right ability at all to get up in this guy's face and talk that kind of mess. Talk that type. Oh, call me an N again. Call me an N. Call me that, and I'm gonna make you taste the ancestors, sir. You're gonna go to jail for an assault. Candace Owens, you walking around with that belt. If you hit somebody with that belt, you're gonna be charged with battery. Guys, stop intimidating people. It's not. I mean, it's. Stop intimidating people, and stop defending the unrighteous. Stop defending the unrighteous people. Stop defending the unrighteous. I think the conscious community, it's just down the toilet. And the Black Panthers is old. The Black Panthers is old. Get righteous with the Bible. Start reading the Bible. Start seeking the Bible and learning the real gospel, and learn in what God wants you to do and what he don't want you to do. Follow what God tells you to do. Grow a beard. Start wearing fringes. Celebrate the holy days. Because I know a lot of you in the conscious community are celebrating the holidays. If you're celebrating the holidays, then you are not conscious at all. That doesn't make you conscious. And some of you are still screwing and fucking around with people outside of the race. Some of you are still fucking around with Caucasian people. But as soon as they say the end, that's a problem. You're offended. When I know y'all be around other people who uses that word. Y'all be around other people that use that word plenty of times. Like Eazy-E said, it really depends how you say it. It depends how you say it. There's a difference between nigga and nigger. Am I putting down the black population down? Yes. Why? Because that's real. Like Jesse Lee Peterson say, they look up evil. The angry people always being angry for no good reason. Many of them always, a lot of them, they always feel like fighting. They feel like fighting. They just feel like fighting. They feel like fucking somebody up for no good reason. No reason. They just feel like fighting. Because a lot of them need therapy. Many of them need therapy before they hurt somebody or they hurt themselves or somebody hurts them and put them 6 feet way deep underneath the grave. All because of the way they behave. And they're so damn darn disgraced. And this is why I talk about the black race, because it needs to be addressed. But I don't know if y'all hear that. Y'all just gonna take less, unlearn. So concerned about what other people say and talk about their frustrations. When Tommy Sotomayor point these things out, you guys want to ban him from YouTube. I know they may hear this. They might want to flag somebody down. They might want to flag this video down. But they don't flag. They don't flag. They don't flag. They don't ban World Star Hip Hop, do they? They don't flag videos on other videos on YouTube when other people are getting beat up, other people are getting jumped, and people are recording this. They're recording this stuff. When people getting jumped, they don't flag these channels down. When there's a fight going on, black people record it. Black people record it. They record it. Black people record it when a fight goes on, and nobody stops it. Nobody breaks it up. When I was riding with my father in Philadelphia, he was an insurance man. There was a fight going on. Everybody is running out the house. Everybody is rushing out their place just to see the fight. Running with the cell phones, running with their phones. Got the camera phones to record the fight. While nobody's stopping it. Nobody's stopping it, and nobody's breaking this up. You know, it's a damn shame, and it's so hard to explain how much the amount of pain. Y'all want to talk about the struggle, but y'all don't talk about the struggle that's going on in y'all own so-called race. Quanell and Dr. Candace Matthews, before you guys go out and doing all this, I think you guys need to look into the situation first, and I think you guys need to get into the look into the details before going out and doing all of that, and talking loud, just making noise and looking like simple-minded fools, just like y'all were at that courthouse. And I see some elderly guy, gray beard. He's right on top of that bench. Right, his feet is on the bench where people sit down. And he's recording it, smirking, thinking this thing is funny, thinking this thing is a joke. What would happen if this guy would have came back at you guys? What would happen if he would have came back with his race? Let's say he was racist. Okay, let's say he was racist. If he was a member of the Grand Dragon KKK, what would happen if he would have got his friends, his Klansman's friends, and came back with guns? What would happen? Well, y'all the ones that started this shit. He might not have no reason to call that lady an N, but he still shouldn't have used it. He shouldn't have never used it. You are an attorney. You're a lawyer. There's certain things you're supposed to handle. You got to handle things professionally. So what she got on your nerves? I mean, if you couldn't think of anything else, but if she really got on your nerves, I mean, I don't know. But something like that, you just can't pay somebody like that any mind. And I don't expect or I don't accept to defend an unrighteous human being when a person is not righteous at all. If I was Quanell X, I will look into the situation. I'll look into what happened. I'll find out what happened. And if that man did not, if he did absolutely nothing to you, if you really started with this guy, if you really messed with this guy, and if you really talked to him the kind of way, what do you want me to say? What you want me to defend you? Why defend you when you started with the guy, when you started with this man? Now, if he would have started with you, if he was intimidating you and terrifying you, yes, sure, I would say something. But before we go out and do all this screaming and yelling and hollering and carrying on, I think we need to look into the situation. And y'all want to talk about no justice, no peace, but there's no peace in the black population. No peace in the Black American community, in the Black American population, in the Black American community, because they kill one another each and every day. Every day. They kill one another. They kill one another, and they kill one another for no reason. They take another black life for no reason. They're terrified for no reason. The car rate theft, Grand Theft Auto car rate theft it has gone so damn darn high. When I was in the Uber, this driver told me his story, how he was being chased because these young, simple-minded simps was trying to steal his car, and they had a rifle. Dr. Candace Owens need to, Dr. Candace Matthews. I keep saying Owens. Dr. Candace Matthews. She need to draw the belt. She need to get the belt on these young simps who's carrying around, walking around with banana AKs, going bananas, trigger happy. She needs to draw the belt on that. But yeah, and sorry I keep saying Candace Owens. I mean Dr. Matthews. She's a cool person, you know. I follow on Instagram. I follow on Facebook. But I think what they did at that courthouse, it was off guards. It was out of place. It was out of order. It was out of bounds, and it was unconscious. That was unconscious. That was not conscious. That was unconscious, because they might have defended a black woman that is unconscious, because she is not right, because she is unrighteous. She is not righteous, she's unrighteous. And if they were defended, they put her defense with her behavior start with the guy, then that's unconscious. So I don't know what happened. I don't know what went down, but I think should look into more of the details. And God rest his soul, King Rick. I mean, he was doing the same exact thing. Don't defend people who are unrighteous. Don't defend people. Don't defend the unconscious-minded people when they are out of line. When they are out of line themselves. So I guess this video is long. So that's what I wanted to address. That's what I want to put out there. What they did was wrong. It was totally wrong. And I think this thing needs to be addressed. It needs to be talked about. I think a lot of people need to be talking about it. And I'm speaking my thoughts, my own minded thoughts and opinions on this. And this is why the black race is out of line, and this is why it's out of pockets, because stuff like this and that was unconscious. And to Quanell X, that was not a good look. That is not a good look at all, because it made you look so damn darn foolish. You may look at me as a simple Negro, as a silly Negro, but what you did was foolish. It was foolish going out there doing your buffoonery. Talking about say that to my face. Say it to my face. I dare you to say it to my face. Instead of looking into the situation, instead of going into the details, look into the thing. Look in and find out what happened. But you didn't do that. And to Quanell X, my brother, I respect you. You know I respect you. I got much respect for you, black power, but that was not black power at all, because you're defending an unconscious-minded person. You might have defended an unconscious-minded person, and if that white man started it, if he really started it, okay, he had it coming. That white man had it coming, but I think it needs to be talked about, because let me tell you something. I would have pressed charges. I would have pressed. If I was that white man, I would have pressed charges. I would have pressed charges right there. I would have pressed charges. And I hope he does file. I hope he does really file for charges, because that stuff was not right. That was not right at all. Like the late Mad Howe said, what about black on black crime? Why just start in your own damn neighborhood? That's that guy you had that back and forth debate with. God rest his soul. He died from cancer. God rest his soul. May he rest in peace. But he was right. He was right all along. What about black on black crime? Right after the Trayvon Martin case, which George Zimmerman was wrong. So yes, there's a lot to talk about, and there's a lot to talk about in the unconscious black American population, how it's going down, and it needs to be addressed, because a lot of bad things is happening. It's caused by blacks, raised by black women, the mothers and grandmothers, with no father figure, no father around. So this is more we have to talk about. So That's what I want to say with it. So that I say, everybody, don't defend the unrighteousness. So I want to say peace and be peaceful. Be peaceful. Stay peacefully. Stay peaceful in the heart. And stay blessed and be blessed. With that, I say Jah, Rasta.